All right, everybody, we're back here in the studio. We brought Wild into the studio, so it should be some fun, interesting conversations here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Hey, well, you're very welcome to be here. That was an interesting match we had, wouldn't you say, guys?
It was great from our side.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, the better team lost there, unfortunately. There must have been some dev hacks or something going on.
Russian hackers. Yeah, that's what I bring, actually.
Didn't we have like 10 billion ISK on that match?
No, I don't gamble, I'm afraid. If every year I gamble with you, it means that I'm taking your money from you.
Listen, I learned a lot of things. You should always vote why not, whenever possible.
Well, I was there with you, so you know.
So I had a cleanse. I purged. I don't know if you ever known, but I like to purge shit, literally every morning, afternoon. Anyway, and so after that, it just became a pretty easy battle.
Yeah, I noticed on that match that the scimitar got a little close and got webbed there. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like he comes down there. He wants to talk. You give him a.
I didn't know if that was Sim Movement or X. So so the scimitar. So there was actually a lot of we knew that they were going to bring the Vargas in the shield comp, and we were going to go for our third actual fleet comp, but we knew what they were going to do shield. So we know that what we had was legit, like against every shield was going to be fantastic. What we weren't, there was a couple of those that we weren't expecting from the Asians, and I thought that they did a good job on nearly killing me. But then they stopped focus fire and then they moved off.
That was interesting. Toward the end, you got pretty low. I mean,
you
burned through your structure, but pretty much, or your armor. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean that was actually So, but I'm gonna go. We actually had our Blackbird, and I think everyone's trying to kill him. I think he does a great job of just running away and hiding, which has been fantastic. And that's been kind of our secret sauce, wild sauce, if you will.
Yeah, it does seem everybody wants to target that ship, no matter whose mix it is.
I don't know if it's the ship or if it's Beast, but shout out to that guy because he's run out of everything. He is kited everybody. It's been fantastic. It's been a good job.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Movement, you got anything on the last assessment or anything on the new guys coming in here? We got 1 minute before the next match.
Yeah, and I mean, it was very much for me, I felt the Asian squad, they did a right call with going with what worked for them before, but it was something that they'd already kind of shown their hand with. I can only imagine that from Wildly Appropriate that they were actually doing really well on the target calling and shifting there. Coming up for the match day is the one that we've got coming. It's Buntsink versus Reavers. Any ideas who's going to win on this one then, guys?
I'm taking Reavers.
I'm not willing to bet on this one because these are two really, really talented FCs. It's going to be a really close match.
My vote's going to be with Boat, clearly.
Okay, I see that we've got teams on grid. I'm going to move up to the commentary box. Okay, so now we have Buntsink with Claymore, Sleipnir, Scimitar, Onyx, and Krua, and
on the blue team, we've got the Reavers here with the Bargus, the Typhoon, the Fleet Typhoon, the Oneros, the Pontiflex, the Purifier, the Hound, and the Vigil.
That's right. First showing on a Pontifex. We haven't seen one of those turn up, and there again. Buttsink going with the 6-man kind of like team is going to be an interesting this one. And equally interesting is Reavers have gone more with a stand up and fight kind of composition, which is different to what we've seen them use before.
That is for sure, and it's going to be interesting to see how they run this match. They're in a interesting formation compared to what they were last time.
I'd say it's like there's definitely like quite a bit of staggering going on there, around the actual beacon itself. So it could be like an interesting one.
Yeah, let's see how much time we got. 30 seconds to the match start, a little under that. So they're all jockeying for position. We'll see how it goes.
Well, they won't jockey. They're like locked down. So once they've actually walked in at a beacon, that's it. They're stuck where they actually are. We look like we're going to get like a bit of a point loss there. Rule violation. Yeah, and obviously it should have stuck out like a sore thumb as well. Buttsink have brought 2 Kruors. They were only allowed 1. So there we go. Instant kind of like penalty there. The match is well underway. We've got the control bars going up for like both sides. Sleipnir and Crew are like taking damage on Buttsink. Reavers Pontifex is like taking a fair old chunk of damage, and so is their Aneros as well, being piloted by Asher. That crew, one of them is definitely looking in trouble. Both of the crewers for Buttsink being target painted there, and it looks like Buttsink are going full on for the Aneros on the Reavers side.
Everybody likes to kill Asher. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I must confess, every time I'm on the fleet with him, I always like pop a couple of shots into him whenever I have a chance.
Looks like that cure is going to go down here. There it goes.
That's right. We've got the first loss there, which is a Krura. Looks like they're working on the second Krura now from Buttsink. There again, no appreciable kind of like damage going over onto the Reavers side of things. Buttsink is still going for that Aneros though.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of armor in there, and they're chipping away at it slowly, but he looks like he's holding just fine.
That's it. Not panicking at the moment. There again, that crew is like catching reps from the scimitar. We're going to see how that kind of like develops. I should imagine that, yeah, we're going to see a little bit of kind of like target switching going on here as well.
Yeah, you're going to have to bleed out some of that Logi, and catch them catching the Logi in a switch is kind of big, right?
Oh yeah, very much so. I mean, particularly depending on is like shield cycles for armor. They apply once you turn the module on. Armor ones apply at the end of that. So actually getting that stagger right, as well as like not overheating too much, it feels a bit like luck. So the busier you can keep those like Logi pilots, and it's like I see that the scimitar of like Yarboy J in Buttsink is like, taking a bit of a hammering now. They are pulling some back, but they're definitely being stressed.
Yeah, we'll see how that holds up there. It looks like they're really going for broke there on the scimitar.
That's right. And once that, ASB kind of runs out of charges, then, they they could be on trouble with the reload there.
And you see Asher's Aneros is certainly repping back the damage in the armor category, so he looks like he's in good shape.
That's it. That scimitar, though, is like still taking a hell of a pounding over on Buttsink. And if that goes, then, and it's gone.
It's
there
gone.
We go, in no time at all. So now it's going to be a case of, with the Reavers team still very, very intact, Buttsink are really in trouble here. They haven't applied DPS through to the Reavers Aneros, so they haven't actually worked away at any of the actual kind of support DPS wing, although the Hound at the moment of V1 Kings on Reavers is now being hit quite a bit. But there again, catching reps, like a bit of a non-issue. Claymore from Furry Toes over on Buttsink, however, that seems to be the primary focus of Reavers.
Yeah, and they're just pouring more Ewar on it and things like that. And now he's scrammed, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's got like a grappler effect on him. His target painted. He's got like, NOS missile kind of disruption. Quite a lot of effects going there. They've also got a tracking disruptor on the Sleipnir as well to like stop damage going out. But saying that, that Vigil is like Stanley. He's only just hanging on there. That's great reps like coming back.
He's got his fingernails in the edge.
Yeah, and he's probably other things going on. That Claymore, though, is soon to go down, though, from Fairy Toes. He tanked like a boss in the first match. Can he do it again? Is like,
No,
we'll
he's gone. He's gone.
No, that's it. It's game over for Fairy Toes. So with Reavers 37 ahead on points, comfortably ahead. We've got 5 minutes remaining on the match. Surely this is just a case now of like Reavers just going to pick apart the remaining Buttsink team.
Yeah, it looks like they're concentrating on the Sleipnir now and pushing him.
That's right. So the Sleipnir of Chimera, like taking the full brunt of the damage there. It's got self-reps again, so we know that the Sleipnir can like tank quite a bit, but with that tracking disruptor on them, they're going to be very unlikely to apply any kind of real damage back out to Reaver's team. So, this is looking like a little bit of a disaster for Butts Incorporated now. Losing the Sleipnir now is they got the points penalty for bringing 2 ships of the same type. So that kind of threw them a little bit. Just had that Hound go. Yeah. So, but obviously very, very little and far, far too late. Although a huge amount of DPS can actually come from the bombers. The Onyx of Jerry now seem to be gaining the attention of Reavers. We'll see how long they can actually for. But, we've got the crew of Illyria Dawn. I guess that's how you say that. Is also like taking a bit of damage now, and also got a target painter on them. So just a little bit more to go, and Buttsink will, be probably rethinking their composition. There again, they only went with 6 people. Could have gone with 7. Those extra ships always worth it.
It was a nice save by the Reavers on that Vigil when they did it. He was almost gone, and they brought him back. It was great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, completely. I mean, if you actually look at that visual, it's got 3% structure remaining. So, that really was like right at the limit there. We've just lost the Onyx there now from Buttsink. So, Buttsink get 3 points. Reavers get a full 70. And we're back over to the studio.
Alrighty, here we go.